we have to pass voting rights. It is urgent, and it is the very foundation upon which we can seek to do all of the other important things that need to be done.
Tell me how you see that happening in practical terms. Obviously, you reckoned with that a little bit today in your speech, talking about the Senate filibuster rule and how this Senate procedure can't be used on the basis we can't restrict Senate, we can't restrict minority rights in society with a rule designed to protect minority rights in the Senate. How do you see it practically going? How do you imagine a victory here?
Well, listen, Rachel, I know that there's a big debate, obviously, going on about the filibuster, and we will have to confront that issue head on. But my argument today was this. Voting rights is bigger than the filibuster issue. And whether we get rid of the filibuster or not, we have to pass voting rights. We have to give the people their own voice in their own democracy. And so we will see what path that takes. And it's interesting, folks ask, people like me, well, should you get rid of the filibuster or not? It seems to me that the onus really is on those in the chamber who have not yet decided to support voting rights, because they could vote it up. They could vote for it. And that's the case that I was trying to make, because I think really that what's at stake is the viability and the health and the credibility of our democracy. That sacred idea of one person, one vote, that's what's under assault in Georgia and some 43 other states. And as we stood up as Americans in the 1960s and passed federal legislation to say that we're one country and that this is the foundation upon which this country is built, we are a democratic republic. We have to do that right now. And there is a path to do it. And to do otherwise would be a terrible dereliction of our duty. If we don't protect our democracy in the United States Senate, for what is the body of the Senate for?
I don't know very much right now about what the working life of a U.S. Senator is like. I think it changes with every Senate a little bit. I think it has changed a lot with COVID. And I think things had to have changed a little bit after the trauma of what happened on January 6th. But are you in a position where you can talk one-on-one with your colleagues who may not be in the same place as you on this issue, where you can talk with Senator Manchin, for example, who's the only Democrat who's not signed on as a co-sponsor to the For the People Act? Are you in a position to talk to any of your fellow Southern senators who are Republicans who may be willing to have a conversation with you as a fellow Southerner about this?
Sure, we're having conversations all the time. Let me be really clear. This is a moral moment. This is a defining moment in America. And this is a fight for the soul of our democracy, and all of us have a dog in that fight. If we find ourselves in a situation where politicians don't even have to have the majority to do whatever it is they want to do, then the future of all of our children is imperiled. And so we have to stand up in this moment. I believe that history will judge us based on what we do. The reason I'm able to sit here right now, in addition to the fights of the martyrs that I listed today, John Lewis, who stood up and risked his life, Medgar Evers, who lost his life, and so many others. Over the last 10 years in Georgia, we've been fighting for voting rights and with a kind of laser-like focus. My own church has been a plaintiff suing the state of Georgia for its voter suppression tactics. And then the people of Georgia rose up in a historic way in November and January, and they sent the first African-American senator, the first Jewish senator to the United States Senate. And a couple of weeks ago, we passed COVID relief for Americans, checks in people's pockets, shots in their arm. Why were we able to do it? Because the will of the people could be successfully made manifest in the outcome of the vote. Well, what happens if increasingly there's a disconnect between who and what the people want and what happens in Washington? That's what's been going on. The American people are being crowded out and squeezed out of their own democracy, and I'm going to do everything in my power as a United States Senate to get the people their voice back.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.